Hello everyone and welcome to Send Your Message. I'm Jane Douglas from MSN Tech and Gadgets.
And I'm Dan Marr, editor for Xbox Live in Europe, and we're here for another weekly answer. We'll be tackling your, Sorry, do you mind if I take that?
Can you do that later? Stop it. It's really annoying.
Sorry about that. Ghost of Ayuki would like to know if there'll be a UFC 2010 demo.
Well, Ghost, the good news is that yes, there is going to be a demo for the upcoming face-punching simulator from THQ.
The demo will feature 4 light heavyweight fighters, namely Maurizio Shogun Rua, Lyoto the Dragon Machida, Rashad Sugar Evans and Quinton Rampage Jackson, most recently seen pitying fools as B.A. Baracus in the upcoming A-Team movie. They've all got cool nicknames. Why can't I have a cool nickname?
Like what?
Like, Smash Cruncher.
Smash Cruncher?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks a bit weird written down.
Yes, it does. The demo contains 2 modes. You can either jump right into exhibition mode or challenge your friends offline with tournament mode.
A release date hasn't been set, but THQ has told us that it wants to release the demo a full month before Undisputed 2010 hits the shops. We'll be taking a much more in-depth look at Undisputed 2010 soon, so stay tuned to Inside Xbox for more on this pixelated punch-up. Next up, Chris Locke has been filling his virtual arcade with classic games in Game Room and wants to know when more will be showing up so he can have an arcade the likes of which will make the very gods themselves envious.
Well, while the release lineup is still yet to be finalised, we can say that the first batch of new games will be hitting Game Room on the 28th of April.
Following this, there'll be weekly updates every Wednesday, just like Xbox Live Arcade.
If you've not given it a go yet, you can grab Game Room now for free from the Game Marketplace for some retro arcade fun. Now, a lot of you have been asking for information on Gears of War 3 ever since it was announced last Monday.
They announced Gears of War 3?
Yeah, Clifford B went on Jimmy Fallon and did it.
Yes, I totally called it. I bet they make a Gears of War 3.
What was going on in that flashback?
I don't know, I've got a terrible memory.
Right, best to leave it there, I expect. Anyway, Gears of War 3 is on the way, and here's what we know so far.
Okay, so as far as we can tell, Gears 3 is set 18 months after the fall of the last human city, but the humans haven't given up. The war against the Locust rages on.
Meanwhile, there's a new enemy destroying the planet from within, known as the Lambent. Tentacle monsters that can mutate while you're fighting them.
According to Seablares, the game will answer the majority of the questions that players have about the history of the world and what's going on, so yeah, that'll be nice.
Karen Travis has been announced as the writer of the game. She's a sci-fi writer who's worked on the Star Wars books, but has also worked on several spin-off novels from the Gears universe.
In other shocking news, Dom has a beard, and the blonde female cog shown in the trailer has been confirmed as Anya. Cliff Claff Blezitron also announced there will be 4-player integrated story co-op in the campaign.
The Cliffinatrix has said little so far on the subject of multiplayer, just that Epic will be tackling the matchmaking issues and working on better region filtering.
In terms of new equipment, the only new weapon announced so far is the double-barreled shotgun seen in the trailer, but it's a double-barreled shotgun. Come on, that is awesome. It'll release on April the 8th, 2011 in the UK, with the US release on April the 5th of the same year.
Oh, and the song from the trailer is called Heron Blue by the band Sunkill Moon. The end.
Steve Manette is being driven to distraction by Army of Two's DLC and wants to know what's going on.
Yes, according to reports we've had, there have been problems with the achievements unlocking in the Chapters of Deceit DLC, which adds 2 new campaign maps to Army of Two, the 40th Day.
Luckily, it seems EA is aware of the problem and is very much on the case. There's a known issue affecting achievements in an Army of Two DLC pack. We are looking into a solution and hope to provide an update soon, an EA spokesperson said, speaking to games website Eurogamer.net.
You can keep an eye on the Army of Two blog and Twitter for updates, hopefully when the problem is resolved. The little girl too likes her scares, it seems, and wants to know if there's any info jumping out of the cupboard about the new F.E.A.R 3 game.
Yes, this is F.E.A.R 3, or F.3R, as Day One Studios seem to insist on calling it, the third in the F.E.A.R series of horror-inspired first-person shooters.
As you will no doubt remember, F.E.A.R 2...
F.E.
Project Origin ended with the demonic Alma being impregnated by the protagonist Delta Force operative Michael Beckett.
Really? And this was all first person?
I think it was in a cutscene.
Oh.
Anyway, F.3R is set 9 months after Project Origin, and Alma is very close to giving birth. Obviously, being a Sadako-esque scary hair witch monster, if she gives birth, it's bad times for humanity.
Her contractions are apparently causing rifts between her demon spirit world and ours, and guess who has to deal with the crossovers? That's right, you. Well, rather the two playable characters of F.E.A.R 3, dysfunctional brothers and sons of Alma, Pointman and Paxton Fettel.
Pointman and Fettel have distinctly unique abilities, even different ways of viewing the world, meaning that players will have very different experiences depending on which character they play as.
Yep, Pointman is much your standard FPS character, able to use guns, grenades and F.E.A.R's trademark bullet time, whereas Fettel's powers are telekinetic. He can stun monsters and hold them in place for Pointman to shoot, and can also possess enemies, turning them against their own team.
The creators have spoken of the co-op game containing both cooperative and competitive elements. It seems the rivalry between Pointman and Fettel spills over into the way that you're scored throughout the game, with opportunities to screw over your teammate, bringing in lucrative rewards. No word yet on exactly how this will work, but it's an interesting addition to the standard co-op template and should be worth keeping an eye on.
In terms of the series' trademark scares, we're hopefully in good hands. The game has been co-scripted by horror writer Steve Niles, responsible for vampire movie 30 Days of Night, and legendary director John Carpenter has provided the expertise in crafting the in-game cinematics.
So, one to watch for horror fans, F.EAR is due out this autumn. Several of you have been asking about a new XCOM game you've heard about.
Now, if you're old and or into strategy games, then you might remember the XCOM series from the 90s. The original XCOM actually won a ton of Best PC Game of All Time awards, and the series is widely regarded as a standard in the field of tactics and strategy.
This week, 2K Marin, the studio behind Bioshock 2, announced that XCOM would be making a comeback as a first-person shooter. According to the announcement, players will explore the world of XCOM from an immersive new perspective and experience firsthand the fear and tension of this gripping narrative ride.
Sounds fun. While purists may be up in arms about the switch from an overhead view to a first-person one, 2K is saying the game will still contain research and planning elements that will appeal to fans of the original games.
So far, it's just an announcement. They've released one screenshot, and here it is. Very nice, no idea what's going on there, but it looks to have a nice retro aesthetic in keeping with the old game as well.
Nice. As fans of the original games, we're going to be watching this one with interest. More on it as we get it, guys. Gregor Svensson asks, will there be more Naruto games on Xbox 360? I need to know.
Right, Gregor, calm down. Yes, there is a new Naruto game coming to Xbox 360, the lengthily titled Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 2.
Following the adventures of the adolescent ninja Naruto, Ultimate Ninja Storm 2 is the first game based on the Shippuden story arc of the wildly popular manga to appear on a current-gen console. You'll apparently be able to select your team and unleash explosive team special techniques to lay waste to opponents, and the developers are promising an original Japanese voiceover, an almost endless number of unlockables and powers to discover, a host of brand new environments to explore, two-player offline multiplayer, and amazing visuals faithful to the anime. The game's announcement goes on to say that players will meet a host of criminal Akatsuki characters in the game, and in an astonishing story twist, even see Sasuke wearing an Akatsuki costume.
Sasuke wearing a Akatsuki costume?
Yeah, I know, right?
I can't believe it. I will not believe it.
Everything we know is wrong. Graham Kennedy doesn't just like his Warfare games to have a modern flavour to them, he wants the most futuristic action imaginable. So that's why he's after more info on the new Ghost Recon game.
Ghost Recon Future Soldier, as it's known, is the latest in the Tom Clancy-approved futuristic warfare franchise from Ubisoft.
Tom Clancy approved it, it must be good.
He is a selective man. A few details have been revealed, so here's what we know so far. Details of the story are sketchy beyond that it revolves around the kidnapping of the Russian president by an ultranationalist group. That's where your group of futuristic soldiers from the future come in.
Apparently, along with hoverboards and wisecracking robot butlers, the future also contains 4 classes of soldier. The Commando, who has a modular rifle that you can swap different parts around on, adding holographic sights and underslung grenade launchers to your heart's content, as well as a shoulder-mounted rocket launcher for bigger foes. Then there's the Engineer, a tech-savvy support class with access to UAV air support, the Sniper, who, well, snipes, but is also able to designate targets from much further away than his teammates, and most interesting of all, the Recon, who comes equipped with Predator-style optical camouflage.
Multiplayer adds a 5th class, drone turrets. Yes, if you fancy it, you can actually play as a mechanised turret, trundling around the place, mowing people down and going beep, beep, boop, beep, beep, I expect.
Your futuristic future guys are also apparently pretty skilled in the Israeli martial arts of Krav Maga, last seen stoving people's heads in the Bourne films, meaning close-range hand-to-hand takedowns are possible as well.
The idea is that your team's ability will complement each other, and sticking together as a team has its advantages. Proximity to your teammates means you can utilise their specialities too. The Commando gets extra rockets for his launcher, the targets for which are designated by his teammates, and squad members standing near a cloaked Recon player will become cloaked as well. Also, Ubisoft has promised top AI, so the squad should hopefully act intelligently and cover you properly, while you invisibly run around the place Krav Magaing people in the face.
There's more info and screenshots in this month's OXM, so check that out for more info. Well, that's it for this week's Sent You a Message, but no questions equals no show. So make sure you keep them coming into the gamer tag Sent You a Message.
To sentyouamessage@hotmail.com.
Tweet us at Sent You a Message.
Write on our Facebook wall at facebook.com/sentyouamessage.
Or stand for election to your local government, manipulating and shaping your political career as you rise through the ranks of governance until you're in a position to change the very laws of the land with the stroke of a pen. Then enact a decree that literally forced us to answer a question about the next Elder Scrolls game, because that's the only way we're doing it until Bethesda release some more info on it, pal.
Indeed. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.